Hi, I'm Ian, and today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about outdoor porcelain and why it's the perfect choice for any patio. You don't need to worry about your tiles turning green. Outdoor porcelain tiles are resistant to algae and moss, keeping them looking the best all year round and saving you from all the hard work of jet washing and scrubbing. Outdoor porcelain tiles have been designed to provide you with low maintenance living. Simply brush regularly with a hard brush to remove loose dust and dirt, and for occasional cleaning use a hard brush and soapy water. For more stubborn marks, use a porcelain tile cleaner solution. Perfect for sunny spots, our outdoor porcelain tiles are created using high-definition printing techniques with inks that will not fade or lose their colour, unlike traditional concrete paving slabs. There are several different ways you can install outdoor porcelain tiles depending on your own personal preference. You can fix them as a traditional patio, loose lay onto grass or gravel, or use the Pedestal system, which allows you to create raised patio areas without the need for mortar. Outdoor porcelain tiles are both practical and versatile. Outdoor porcelain tiles are manufactured to be completely level and secure underfoot. Every tile is created at the exact same thickness, giving any project a premium perfect finish. Natural stone and timber is porous and allows water to enter the surface. When this freezes, the ice expands and this can crack the material. Outdoor porcelain tiles are durable under extreme temperatures and completely frostproof. Unlike timber decking or traditional flagstone, 20mm outdoor porcelain tiles have a good slip rating of up to R11, making them safe and practical in all weather conditions. Decide on the size of the area roughly that you want your patio area to be, then mark out with posts and string. Measure the length and width of any areas and multiply these values together to calculate the square meterage. If your area is not straightforward squares or rectangles, break each area down to smaller rectangles. Calculate each rectangle, then add these values together. Once you've calculated the total square meterage, multiply this number by 1.1. This adds 10% extra onto your total to allow for cuts and wastage. Before you start installing your tiles, we recommend opening up the boxes and mixing the tiles to ensure you are happy with the blend of shades. Some outdoor porcelain designs are very uniform in terms of colour and shade, whilst others are deliberately more varied to give a natural stone look. The more varied the design, the more important it is to mix up the tiles as you go on to ensure a pleasing blend of shades. Although outdoor porcelain tiles don't need to be sealed to protect them from water penetration, you may find the installation process easier if you coat the tiles before installation with a porcelain protector. This prevents mortar and slurry from becoming ingrained in the surface of the tiles and makes cleaning up after the installation even easier. We recommend Fresco porcelain tile protector, which comes as part of a kit along with a residue remover which can be used to help clean the tiles after installation. We recommend using a foam roller for application. Be careful not to coat the edges of the tile, as this can prevent the grout from bonding. Always wear gloves and safety footwear when working with outdoor porcelain tiles. Handle your tiles with care to avoid breakages and seek assistance if needed when lifting. Outdoor porcelain tiles, you can create a traditional solid patio. To do this, you will need mortar, priming slurry, a trowel, brush, rubber mallet, spirit level, bucket, sponge, plastic sheet, watering can, brushing grout and a pointing tool. We recommend Instamax Pro Prime Slurry and Pro Pave Grout. Before you lay your tiles, you will need to prepare the ground by digging a depth of around 150 to 200mm. Your ground should have a slight slope to allow for drainage. Fill with hardcore to a depth of 100 to 150mm and use a rake to distribute the mixture. If you're tiling up to a house, ensure the slope runs away from the building. Compress the hardcore using a whacker plate, building up in layers. Remember to check that your ground still has a slight slope. Place 7 litres of clean water in a suitable container. Add Ultrascape Pro Prime powder slowly and mix for 3 to 5 minutes to create a smooth lump-free slurry. Add a layer of mortar on the top of the compressed hardcore. We recommend 4 parts sand to 1 part cement. Coat the underside of the first tile with priming slurry. Place the tile into position using the corner as a starting point, for example next to a wall or the house. Press into place and use a rubber mallet and spirit level to secure and adjust the level, remembering to take drainage into consideration. Continue to lay the tiles in this way, leaving a grout gap, ideally 3 to 5mm between each one. Use a bucket and sponge to clean up any mortar or slurry as you go. When fitting rectangular tiles such as these, we recommend offsetting each tile by no more than a third, or laying them in a stack bond. Square tiles generally look best in a stack bond, and for wood effect plank tiles, third bond or a random stagger are generally the most effective laying patterns. Once complete, leave to dry for at least 24 hours. If wet weather is forecast, cover the area with a plastic sheet. If you wish to infill any joint gaps, you can use a brushing grout designed for outdoor porcelain. Prior to applying the grout, liberally wet the area using either a watering can or hosepipe. Use a brush to mix over the joints gradually and evenly, filling them all in. Once the joints are filled, use a pointing trowel to firm the grout into place. Add more grout if needed to create a clean and level finish. Once your patio is finished, give it a final clean with porcelain residue remover. Tiles are super strong and cannot be cut using traditional hand tools. In order to minimise breakages and spoiled cuts, we recommend using a water-fed cutter with a diamond blade. This will also help to minimise dust. Always wear gloves and safety footwear. Always wear goggles and a mask when using cutting equipment. Handle your tiles with care to avoid breakages and seek assistance if needed when lifting. Measure and mark a line where you would like to cut the tile. Cut from the top surface with the blade running at half revs. Bring the blade into contact with the tile. As the blade bites, increase the revs if necessary and progress along the marked line. Ensure the blade is water-fed throughout and remains evenly balanced. Create walkways and staggered patios by loose laying your outdoor tiles. If your surface is solid and secure, outdoor porcelain tiles can simply be placed on the ground. If the ground is soft or uneven in any way, you will need to create a stable surface. To do this, lay your tile on either sharp sand or fine gravel to create a solid base underneath. Tools are a great way to create a patio area without the need for lots of messy equipment or tools. They are easy to install, allow drainage, and can easily be moved around if you change your mind. You can also discreetly hide cables and equipment underneath, which makes them a great solution for installing features such as outdoor lighting. Pedestals can be laid on top of any solid surface such as existing patios, tarmac driveways, or even balconies. If you don't already have a solid sub-base, you will need to create one before you can begin installation. To install a patio with pedestals, you will need pedestals, adjustment key, handsaw, spirit level, edging and corner clips. You may also need weed membrane, silicone adhesive and a water-fed diamond blade cutter. Before you begin, you will need to calculate how many pedestals you need. The easiest way to do this is to measure and sketch out your patio plans. Each tile requires one pedestal in each corner. The spacer tabs in the top of the pedestal head hold the tile corners in place. For edges and corners, you will need to remove some or all of the spacer tabs so that the tile sits flush on top. For larger tiles, you may wish to place an additional pedestal without spacer tab in the centre for extra support. If you're laying your pedestals onto an existing surface such as tarmac, it's a good idea to place a layer of weed membrane down under the pedestals to prevent weeds growing up through the cracks. If your subsurface is completely solid, such as a concrete slab or balcony, you can skip this step. To assemble the pedestal, screw the centre into the base until you hear a click, then place the head on top. If your sub-base has a slight gradient, the self-levelling head will help to balance the tile and create an even surface. If your base is completely level and flat, you can attach the green washer underneath the head to fix this in place. Next, prepare your pedestals for the edges and corners. For the edges, cut along the baseline to remove one side. For the corners, cut along an additional baseline to remove two sides and create a right angle. Use a corner as a starting point, such as next to a wall, house or fence, and place the first pedestal. Place 3 more pedestals in a grid layout to fit the measurement of your tile. Twist the pedestal by hand or with the adjustment key to alter the height. Align the pedestal head so that the cross-shaped keyhole is at a right angle to the tile corner. Place the tile on top of the pedestals, ensuring that the corners sit flush into the tabs. Continue to lay your tiles, adjusting the height and level as you go using the adjustment key. Once the whole pedestal patio area is complete, review the level again and adjust if needed. To create a step front, measure and cut your tiles to the correct height. Temporarily remove any tiles from the main patio area that lay on top of an edge or corner. Prepare the edging clips by laying one piece underneath the pedestal and one piece on top. The top piece should slot on top of the spacer tabs. Place the cut tile piece in between the clips to hold it in place. If you wish, you can secure the edging clips with silicone or glue, but this is not essential. Repeat this process for the corner clips until your step front is completed. Place your tiles back in place on top of the pedestals to complete the look. Porcelain tiles do not require sealing. However, you may wish to use a porcelain protector before installation to create a protective seal against cement, grout and jointing compounds. You can also apply protector after grouting to protect your tiles against the dirt of everyday living. We recommend the Fresco Porcelain Protector, which comes in a care kit that also contains a residue remover to help shift stubborn installation residues. The easiest way to clean your porcelain tiles is with a bucket of soapy water and a brush. Avoid using anything abrasive, as this can damage the surface of your tiles. For any mild stains and residues, dilute 1 part porcelain residue remover in 4 parts water. Dampen a cloth or sponge and wipe thoroughly. We recommend the Fresco Porcelain Residue Remover. For tougher stains and residues, dilute 1 part porcelain residue remover with 1 part water. Apply liberally over the surface of the tile and agitate with a scrubbing brush. Leave for 5 to 10 minutes before rinsing with clean water. For extremely stubborn stains, use undiluted porcelain residue remover and agitate with a scrubbing brush. Always rinse the surface with clean water afterwards. Maintaining your porcelain tiles is easy. Simply sweep away any loose dirt regularly and brush with warm soapy water for an extra clean as and when needed. Now all you need to do is sit back and enjoy your patio for many years to come.